y'all, welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to test out a washing method that I came across recently for wigs. And I was thinking about white vinegar and how using that can help to soften a variety of different things, from your laundry, anything that is like material. I know a lot of people use that in their wash. And I thought, I wonder if you could wash your human hair wigs in white vinegar to help soften or restructure the hair in any way. And I wanted to give that a try. Actually, using vinegar in your wigs helps to restore the fibers, soften the hair, and just re-alkaline the hair so that it's like less itchy, less frizzy, and all of that. So I am going to attempt to try that. I have this wig from Wigs, and this was a beautiful color. Here's the color. I've washed her a few times, and this was a soft, like mocha color or cafe latte color. And after the first wash, a lot of the color dissipated, and I was so bummed out. And I've tried a variety of different things to add color back in, tone it, and whatnot. And so I am going to attempt to wash this in a white vinegar bath to help soften the fibers, remove product buildup. And then I am going to get ready to tone this because I kind of want to practice on it before I attempt to color her with some permanent hair color. I have toned her with quite a few different things like Fanciful. I actually toned her with this. I think it was actually even this color. This is Chocolate Kiss. I might have used that. Maybe something slightly lighter. But I did tone her, try to give her a darker root at least. And it worked out fairly well. But I don't know if you can see it in this lighting. But she just looks very ashy still. And when you first look at her, she is just really powdery looking. And I think there's too much toner in her, for one thing. And I have to get that removed so that I can color her anyway, and so that the color will look right. So I am going to just put her in a bath of purified drinking water. So I bought a few of these because I don't want to use my own tap water, my own faucet water, because it's kind of hard. So I am going to use this. I bought like three bottles of these. Purified drinking water. I could have probably used distilled water too. And then I bought some white vinegar. Distilled white vinegar. And I am going to put her in a bath. So they say to mix 1 part of vinegar to 3 parts of water and let a wig sit in the bath and soak for like 15 to 30 minutes. Take the wig out, make sure you rinse it really well, and then shampoo it with a nice or really good moisturizing shampoo. Let it air dry and all of this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in the vinegar and water bath, let her soak, wash her with some moisturizing shampoo. Then when I get done with that, I am going to let it air dry. And then I'm actually going to attempt to put in a root and kind of put in some lowlights with this all natural hair dye. And I got this from Temu. But I think you can get them on Amazon. Temu is the cheapest place to get it. I don't know. This might be the brand that's on Temu. It's SJOPA. And it's an all natural hair dye. And they do come in a variety of different colors. A lot of them are darker. I think this might be like maybe a golden brown. I don't know if you can see. I've used this several times and it does work. It totally works. And it lasts a pretty good, it's temporary color, but it lasts a pretty good amount of time in your bio hair. I think what you're supposed to do is lather it up in your hand and then put it into your hair when it's dry. I found too that a lot of times I'll just squirt it right into my hair at my roots, rub it in, and then I will let it sit on my hair, my gosh, sometimes an hour. And it just really colors it. I do have some gray, but it really helps to color it. And it's kind of dark, when you first do it. But then after a few washes, it dissipates and then it leaves this like golden brown, like almost honey kind of color. It's really pretty. And like I said, it works. So that's what I want to do to this human hair wig. After it air dries, I'm going to dispense some of it here at the root, make a root, and then I might just kind of streak it through here to give this some dimension and warmth, because this really turned out to be an ashy brown color. And while it's not terrible, I really don't wear ash colors that often. Like, look at this. This is I feel it's more of a honey blonde color. But this is a wig that I got from Jessie's Wig, and I love it. I like the warmth. Look at the difference compared to that. I mean, it's still brown and you can see brown, but this is just much more ashy. And I just have never really had an ashy color in my hair ever. So that's what's kind of throwing me with this. So, like I said, before I attempt to color this, because I have real hair color that I was going to attempt to put in this, like to put in some like golden blonde highlights, golden brown, caramel, something. But I think before I attempt to do that, I'm going to practice with that hair color, because this stuff works really well. It'll give it a root, and then I can figure out what I'm going to do with the rest of the wig color. So I will take you along with me to do this, and this will probably be filmed in a couple of days. So yeah, come with me and wash a human hair wig in a vinegar and water bath. Okay, so here she is in the vinegar and water bath. I used the full 1 gallon bottle of, or 1 gallon jug of water. And I don't know, maybe like, I don't even know how much to say of the vinegar. There is the amount of vinegar that was used from the jug. That is a 1 gallon as well. So maybe like a quarter of the vinegar to the full gallon of water. So she is in here in the bath. I am going to let her soak for maybe 30 minutes. I'm going to do 30 minutes because I really want that toner to be out of the wig. And the water is kind of gross. So that could be some of the toner that is rinsing out that I put in, as well as any other color that would have been still in the wig. I just don't know how much vinegar I should add to it. I might do a little bit more. But anyway, like I said, I am going to let her soak for 30 minutes, and then I will wash her out. Okay, y'all, we are back, and this is after the wig has air dried for pretty much a day, and this is the color result. And you guys, like, I almost like it better than it looked before. That vinegar really worked, I feel. It really took out that ashy toner that was left in it, really softened the hair and the fibers. It's almost like using apple cider vinegar on your hair to soften it. I also read too that using vinegar helps to seal in the hair color. So this is really beautiful. I almost like this better now, but I think I'm still going to add some dimension in it with that color depositing shampoo. So I ended up using a mixture of the Kristen S clarifying shampoo, which I have used before on wigs, and this smells great. I love it. Along with the Everpure Bond Strengthening Shampoo by L'Oreal, which I love this as well. I have used this on my own bio hair, and it smells amazing as well. So now we are going to put some of the color depositing shampoo in different places on the wig. I'm going to do it at the root, and then I might do some like biolage kind of effects throughout, but not a whole lot. And we're going to see how she looks. Well, I'm not sure if you can even see that, but the underside looks even better. So basically, I have just put the hair up in a half up, half down, and I'm going to put the color depositing shampoo into some of the strands, and then I'll be back. Okay, here is what it looks like with some of the color depositing shampoo on some of the strands. Like I said, this is not a very deep, dark brown color. So it's not going to be that noticeable, but it is going to add some dimension. And you can see it down at the bottom. And it could be, you're seeing a color difference probably because it's wet. But I am going to finish up the rest, bring the other top area down, put some color into that, and then do some in the rooting as well. Okay, I have put in the color toning shampoo, added quite a bit to the root here. You can see that it's still wet around this area. I also did find some Four Seasons toning treatment in the color latte. This is a color depositing mask that I also put into the root and throughout some of the strands as well, just to give it some more color dimension since it was called latte. And yeah, so now I'm going to just let this sit in the hair for probably about 30 minutes. And we will rinse it out and see what happens. Another thing too, I don't know if I mentioned this, but I did not let the wig soak in shampoo, like a shampoo bath, when I was rinsing her out from the vinegar bath and then just washing her in general. I put the suds in and the shampoo throughout the strands, suds it up, and then I used like a water bath to like dip it in and get the suds out and fully rinse it. I did not let her soak in water and shampoo. So that could be the reason too why maybe there was not a whole lot of color loss on this wig. So that's something to think about too. And I have read that you should not let your human hair wig soak in a shampoo bath. So I am going to let this sit for about 30 minutes, like I said, and then we're going to rinse her out and see what she looks like. Okay, it has been probably about a week now since I washed this wig from Wig Sheet and put in the temporary coloring. I used that herbal temporary brown coloring. And then I also used a darker hair mask in the roots here to give it a darker root, and then throughout the piece to just add some more dimension. And you can see that, I think, where some of the conditioner has been left in there a little bit. I did rinse everything out until the water was semi-clean. Anyway, I didn't want to rinse out all the coloring just yet, because as I wash this, more of the color will come out. But I think this looks a lot better. It smells wonderful. But I'm going to put this on and show you what this looks like. There is still obviously like a lot of the light latte color, but then you can see where the darker contrasting color was put in. Oh my gosh, you guys. I love it so much more than I did before. I can't even tell you. I actually love this like wavy texture here. That is from air drying. So I did not do anything to this. So it's a very nice crimped kind of wave to it. I love it. But you guys, I love it. I love this so much more. I did concentrate more to get the darker rooting and then like darker strands underneath. And then like kind of on the side, but I kind of wanted to keep around the face maybe a little bit that natural latte color that it was, just to brighten it up and my face. And I think this came out wonderful. You guys, again, this is what I used. So I used this in the rooting area. This is a color depositing mask by 4 Seasons in the color latte. It does like have a gauge here on the tube that shows cool to dark. So it is on the cooler side, which I feel worked really well with this because this is a latte color, or ashy, which is kind of on the cool side anyway. So I think that worked out great. Then this was the temporary hair color that, you guys, I've been using in my own bio hair that I love. I got this on Temu. I think I paid less than $10 for this. In fact, I like this so much that a while back I ended up ordering 2 more of these because it was working so great in my own bio hair. So, you guys, that's all I did. Nothing of this is permanent hair color. I wanted to test this out to see what I liked about this and to see if I wanted it like this kind of color. Do I want it more highlighted, more warm? And I think this did wonderful. Like, you guys, like I could wear this now as is. Like, I have no problem. And in fact, I don't know if I would even try to color this permanently, because if you use temporary color, you can always change it, where like your human hair wigs are not growing, obviously. So whatever you color it, it's going to have to stay, or you're going to have to strip the color out, which is going to damage the hair. So I have also been watching some videos on how to restore your human hair wigs. And that has also been a struggle for me, is that a lot of my wigs are getting very dry. Even though I put like Moroccan oil, argan oil in them, all of that leave-in conditioners, they still just tend to get and look very dried out as you start wearing them again from after washing, as you start getting the environment in them again. And so one of the suggestions was using a product called BioSilk, which, looking at the prices, I'm not going to spend that kind of money. Like, it was $20 for like a 1-ounce bottle, maybe a little bit more than that. And I'm not doing that. So I went to Sally's and I got this product. It is Silk Essentials Silk Thermal Hair Styler. And what that BioSilk product did is it was a silkening product that really silkened your hair, and it also worked with heat so that when you put this through the strands and then used a flattening iron to straighten the wig and the hair, it like restored it, because it was like then like a silk wrap or a silk thermal treatment, if you will. Well, I don't tend to flat iron my wigs or hair all that much, so that was not a big concern to me. I do want to have something that I can put through the strands to make it look silky and smooth like it did when I first got it. And so I decided to try this. And there are videos out there where, I mean, you basically go weft by weft to run this through the hair, and not just like I'm doing it. Like you lift up sections of hair and do it, and then even use the flattening iron to then treat the hair. And so I went to Sally's and I found this, and the gals there did say that this was great. It was a good comparison. In fact, I think even when I looked up for dupes for BioSilk, this is one that came up. And I am just right now putting this through the strands. Now, I don't know if you could, it's kind of runny. It's very silky feeling. But we were talking at Sally's that basically anything silkening, quote unquote, means silicone. I feel silicone or something like that. So I think it does have silicone in it. So I feel that that's all this is really. But so there was a area here that I think just dried a little funky. So I've been just kind of re-wetting this with water to just kind of get it to lay a little bit more natural. But yeah, guys, so in conclusion, I love this. I love how this coloring turned out. I love it so much better. I would actually now wear this out. Like, it's totally fine to wear out now. That powdery look is gone. And I will say, in conclusion, that a vinegar bath for your wigs, you should do it. Like, I think it protects the coloring from fading. I think it helps to restore and soften the hair. You can also use that in synthetic wigs too. Basically, it gives it a treatment like a apple cider vinegar rinse would. So yeah, if you are not happy with the look, the feel, the color of your human hair wigs, try a white vinegar water bath and let it air dry after that. Rinse and wash out the vinegar. And you will be amazed. I am amazed. Like I said, I feel all of that extra toner that was in here dissipated. This is not ashy looking at all. I think this worked wonderfully. And in fact, I have a few other wigs that I am going to be washing in a vinegar bath very soon. So, hope this information was helpful for you. Like I said, I cannot recommend a vinegar bath for your human hair wigs anymore. Strongly suggest it. It worked well for me. And consider these options for coloring and toning your wigs. If you are not liking how the color is either fading or the color that you got, you can very easily do things to make it a color that you actually like. Take care. Bye-bye.